Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Local Pundit. I'm Josh Anthony. This is your WREXtra Time game day live phone-in show. Wrexham 4, Northampton 1, and we needed that result badly. And it's great. But this show is not about me and what I think about the result. This is all about you, about the community, what we have for our great local pundit community. So I'm gonna keep quiet. We're going to keep things moving today. And this is the call-in show, Game Day Live. And it's fun because everyone gets to have their say. So we're going to keep it quick, fast moving. And today's a good day. That was the game we needed. That's all I'm going to say. That is the game we needed for the bounce back game. So smash a like on the video, subscribe. If you haven't subscribed to the Local Pundit, become a Local Pundit member. All these gifted memberships today. Thank you all so very, very much. It does help us out. And so today, like I said, the format. Link is in the chat to come in and have your say. And we do have someone already in, ready to rock and roll. And it is Dave, PC, not PC. How you doing, my man? What do you think of that result?
Oh, it was better than last week.
Okay. All right. Yeah.
Yeah. No, it was entertaining football. At the end of the day, I expected us to beat Northampton pretty convincingly, especially at home.
Mm-hmm.
So 4-1. I mean, I wouldn't have predicted 4-1.
Yep.
But I would have predicted a decent win. But yeah, I really liked how we were attacking. We were pretty tight at the back, with the exception of set pieces there.
Yeah.
Not covering that back post was.
Mm-hmm.
That was pretty schoolboy. I don't know how the hell they let that get through. But yeah, no, it was
on that
good.
one too. On that question, are they man marking or are they playing zonal? Because it looked pretty. I've never seen us not play that well. I mean, listen, it was only one goal. No, it happens. But I don't know if anyone saw that we're man marking or if we're playing zonal marking on that.
Well, I'd guess so, because there literally was no one at the back post. That's usually one of the main three zones. So yeah, it just depends on how the gaffer sets that up.
Mm-hmm.
But even still, like, they should have at least had one person on the back post.
Mm-hmm.
That's kind of disgusting that happened. But I mean, it's one of those things. If that's going to happen, at least it happened with a not so great team.
Mm-hmm.
And it happened early in the thing, so we can work on that. So, but
what do you think's different? This came up in the show, home and away. What's different about it? I know when people were having a pop at mentality, things like that. We were up for it today. We needed to come back. What was the difference? Do you think it was just being at home? Do you think it was the style of play, or do you think it was Northampton laying off us? What did you see on the pitch today that made us?
I think it's a little bit of everything.
Mm-hmm.
One, I think we just outclassed them. I mean, at the end of the day, you gotta chalk some up to that. Yes, we were playing at home, and I think the structure at the club obviously wants better performances at home. So I mean, at the end of the day, you're gonna field weaker teams, against away teams.
Mm-hmm.
If that you've got a home match. So yeah, that's a part of it as well. But at the same time, I think I even put in the watch along that a lot of it was down to the heavy touches at the back for Northampton. They just
Mm-hmm.
couldn't control the ball. Marriott was just chasing them down every chance that he had.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was just crazy, to be brutally honest. And we were pretty tight at the back ourselves.
What do you make of that back line there? Because Lexi, I disagree with O'Connor was the weakest link today. I thought he had a great game. I think that back three, and I think O'Connor should be the midfield, in my opinion, but I think the back three of Scar, O'Connell, and O'Connor, and AO had a great game today too. I think Scar is levels above there. He looks great.
Well, yeah. And it's funny, man, because what's the best way to explain it? He's almost like a ghost. You don't even notice that he's there.
Mm-hmm.
But that's actually kind of a good thing.
Yep.
When it comes to a central back, you don't need him doing anything flashy. You just need him doing stuff. But when they're not doing their job, it becomes pretty noticeable.
Yes.
But O'Connell played pretty decently, even though I still wouldn't have played him there in the right centre back. I made that comment on the last WREXtra Time last week. I think Lewis Brunt should have been playing in that right centre back position. Yeah. He just has the pace, you know what I mean? At the end of the day, O'Connell's good in the centre back, like the central centre back position, because he doesn't have to run. He just doesn't. But then when you look at someone like Lewis, who has to run sometimes all the way out to the corner to chase down those balls, you need someone like him or Lewis Brunt to be able to do that. However, I did like the way that O'Connell was dribbling up into, I guess you'd say, the holding midfield position. And then he was kind of creating space, because I've noticed a lot in the last, especially the last two games, Dobson as that single central holding midfielder, he can't really pivot anywhere.
No.
When it comes to
he's playing two
roles. Exactly. But when I saw Connell come up, it kind of created this false additional defensive mid almost. So all of a sudden it went from then O'Connell having the ability to pass it to three people, or then pass it to Dobson, and then he had more space to pass it out. And so maybe that is what Parky's trying to do with playing out from the back. Because I think myself included, there was a lot of us last week complaining that there was too much of this just hoofing it out from the back, just being basically the answer to every press.
Get rid of it. I don't want it.
Exactly. But and don't get me wrong, as I said, I do prefer Lewis Brunt to be playing in that position if Clue is out. But I liked that dynamic being added to the game. And I can see how that could be really good for us. Well,
I thought what's different today, especially kind of going back in front, was, I said I didn't think Macca should start. I'm fully wrong. Fine, I get it. But you could see today that we were moving the ball quickly, and also that people were showing for the ball. Dobson doesn't hide. He was showing for the ball a lot. Big L did that same thing too. So I think things are different there. But what do you make of the midfield, that three of dynamic Dobson, Lee, and Cannon? I also thought that O'Connor was pushing in the middle of the park too, which was kind of giving us a little bit more time with the ball.
Well, see, that's another thing. Like, a lot of people say that they prefer O'Connor up in the midfield. Personally, I like him back where he is. He's the perfect, him, and actually George Evans can also play that role. That left centre back kind of ball playing midfielder who can dribble, kind of force the press onto himself and then get rid of the ball decisively, create that space out the back. I kind of like that, and I did. I saw him starting to push up there, and that obviously created a lot of space for Macca and Lee. Lee looked pretty dangerous, but then so did the partnership and the interplay between Cannon and Barnett. We give a lot of praise to Barnett, but a lot of the reason he could do what he could do was because Cannon was just on point all game.
Yeah, he ran himself into the ground today, as he always does. 7.1 on FOTMob, came off at 74th minute. And because O'Connell and Cannon were pushing up there, they were pushing them back, created the space out wide for Barney. Barney was getting great crosses. Speaking of Barney, he got man of the match, but Macca FOTMob here gave him 9-1. Barney got a 9. What do you make of Barney's performance today and the crosses he had?
I think he was great. Not only was he getting those nice crosses in, but he was also not afraid to cut in and even made a few, at least a good shot on goal. So, I loved everything he was doing. And the thing is, a lot of the stuff, even on the other side, when we did really well on the other side, was based upon the stuff, the space we created with Barney, because he dragged so many people away. So, I'm loving that, to be honest.
By the way, I wanted to give you a thanks for becoming a Local Pundit member. That's awesome. Really appreciate it, man. And good on you. Thank you so much. It means a lot. I think that was earlier, but no, that's awesome. But on the Barney stuff, he got double teamed in the last game, but this game today, he was still creating that space, getting down the byline. His crosses were on point today. We just kept peppering down that side. So I want to also talk about up front, Marriott. I want to talk about Marriott. Yeah. For me, he's undroppable. That's my opinion. I think he's undroppable.
I don't even think that's contentious. I know there's a lot of people who are like, "Oh, Marriott's your star player. You got to play him." Blah blah blah. But I'm like, dude, if someone's getting goals and they're in form, you play them.
Mm-hmm.
Don't get me wrong. I do think that there is a role for Mullen to play. They both need to get. I would say both of them need to at least hit double, like at least 20 goals each. I'd say in this season.
Yep.
But Mullen's going to have to work himself back. Like we saw last year, it took him a while to get back into form, as it's going to be for a lot of the other guys who are injured and are going to have to come back in. Mm-hmm. And, at the end of the day, we have this squad depth for a reason. We may as well use it.
May as well use it for sure. Yeah. And I guess he had a little bit of a knock during the week, said Parkinson. And then he gets on the pitch. He could have the header today. Keeper made a great save. Just went right to him. Could have had that last one.
That was pretty good. I liked it.
It would have been nice to see him get that. He'll get back up to it too. But for me, Marriott's, like you said, the pressure he's putting on the back line. Palmer. I don't know. What do you think there?
Actually, I think I put a comment up that Palmer is very on or off.
Mm-hmm.
Based upon the game, and today he was on fire. Like, I just loved watching what he did. He almost scored there from, just cutting in from that left wing.
Yep.
He was chasing down balls that I didn't even think he had in him to chase down and keep in play. So, plus there was some really nice. Really nice passes and flick-ons, and he was just running people off the pitch, which is a bit weird considering his age. So, to be honest, I think that's one of the better performances I've seen out of him this season. So,
you know what though, he does do that, right? He doesn't score goals. He literally doesn't.
Well, he's not supposed to.
I know.
He's more of a supportive target man.
Yeah.
His job is to hold on to the ball and pass it to the guy who's a better finisher. That usually used to be Mullen, but he's just not in form. No. But he and Marriott, actually, to be honest, I actually think that he and Marriott are a better complement towards each other than him and Mullen, because the whole big man, little man thing is basically a target man with a poacher. That's usually the quintessential partnership link up. But Marriott isn't really, not Marriott. Mullen isn't a quintessential poacher. He's not. He's, I don't know what you'd call him, deep lying forward, because he likes to drop deep back.
Yeah.
Or maybe even a pressing forward to some degree. When he's pressing, I actually kind of like him. He actually seems to get into dangerous little positions, even though we don't really play that kind of. We don't play a high press, but just having one person going up and harassing the back line and the keeper is always good. So, Mullen likes to play that. So, I don't know. Maybe we need maybe that's it. Maybe Fowle will be that. Maybe Parkinson is kind of training him to be something that's going to complement Mullen a bit more.
Maybe that's something. Yeah, Mullen. I mean, listen, there's the numbers right there. They don't lie. Not that they don't lie, but there's the numbers right there. What happened today? Marriott, I thought had a good game. Palmer did do well today. Cannon, there it is, 7.83. Elliott Lee, Macca there. Ao only getting a 6.8. Don't know. I think he came up with some really great.
I was going to say, man, there was that one save where I think I put up that he's the only person in EFL 1 that could have reached that. Because that header, I'm talking right at his fingertips, and you have to remember he's like what 6'6", 6'7".
He's 6'6", yeah, he's 6'6".
Yeah, like, dude, anyone else, it just would have went past him. and those ones you usually don't save.
No.
So yeah.
Fingertip save there too. Went down, got he played really well. Don't really fault him for the goal, to be honest. That's more on us. Missed a header,
Well,
and then
there is an argument that as a goalkeeper, his job is to command the area.
Mm-hmm.
But if his defenders aren't listening to him, that's another thing as well. Because at the end of the day, he can see, like, whether there's a wall there or whether it's a corner, man, he should be able to command his defenders. Say, no, I need one of you over here.
Mm-hmm.
And so maybe it's because he's so young.
Yep.
And he doesn't have that kind of leadership role in the locker room. I don't know. Maybe that's the conversation that Macca and Dobson and Lee and some of the other ones have to have him just say, man, just come out and say this stuff, man. Like, especially if it saves you conceding needless goals.
Yeah, that's my only gripe on him is he doesn't come out a lot and command crosses a little bit, and that's not. He will grow into that. I keep saying when I saw David De Gea come in for Manchester United, he was the same way. A fantastic keeper with his feet, good saves, and that was it. And he kind of grew into that role. Not a lot of keepers do that, but he was superb. The 6'8", I agree with you right now. Don't see why AO got a 6'8". He did stellar, really great saves today too.
I think that's probably the most controversial thing I've seen today.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, exactly. Palmer has no right running to space like that. Going back to Palmer, he was superior in the air as well. He did do really well. Yeah. And good to see Brum lose today. Absolutely. And always Justin Parkey. Yep. Do that. Brunt keeps coming up in the comments. He did get some time today. O'Connell came off. Brunt came in. Good to see him getting in there a few minutes. Did you get enough to look at him today? I was.
His pace is next level.
Yep.
I've always said I honestly think he's going to be with us when we go up to the championship. He's got lots of room to develop, and he's just great. As I said, I think the only reason he doesn't get more starts is because Klewis is such a bombshell in defense.
Sure,
it's one of those like first world problems.
Yeah,
I mean, and O'Connell plays that, like, technically speaking, you could put Brunt on that left hand side.
Mm-hmm.
He's good with both foot, but tactically speaking, we kind of like having that ball player, and Lewis isn't necessarily a ball player. He's kind of that quick wide centre back who isn't afraid to run up. Not so much overlapping, but just running up the wing there and putting in those really nice long straight passes through to Barnett or Revan, whoever it is. And actually watch him next time he plays and he does that and he runs up the wing. Just watch how good his passes are. You swear they're going to go out, but he keeps them in somehow. So, I mean, with a lot of training and a lot of working with the rest of the team, he is something for the future. Mark my words.
Yeah, you mentioned when we go up to the championship next year, he'll definitely be playing there.
I don't know about next year. I hope so, but but no, he's definitely one for the future.
Yeah, he said he likes to get on the ball for sure. Hey, Two Bears, how you doing, man? You guys are up earlier. I don't know what time is it for you?
Is that Rousey or is that?
That's Rousey probably. Yeah,
okay.
If it's a ball joke, it's definitely Rousey for sure. Let's just be honest. Goofy Spot thinks that Brunt he proved something today. He's gonna play Tuesday night for sure.
I hope so.
Yeah. And then Steve goes on to say some real talent from the signing. Yes, I agree. Rev got on late too. Trying to get him probably loosen up a little bit for the game on Tuesday. I really like him. 12:36 a.m. for him. Jesus H. Well, and
it's 20 to 3 a.m. over here.
Oh my! Wow.
Yeah. He's in WA, which is the West Coast, and I'm on the East Coast. So,
Dedicated Aussies.
Dude, imagine that. Imagine being the Kiwis. They're another 2 hours more. So
Oh, Jesus. Well, Jesus, the keys, yeah. Lewis Brunt is 23. Max is 22. I think he's a year older, 1236. And we know, I see that he's doing, Jesus Christ. That's good. Steve Mitzel is also about a lot of members today. The members are growing, which is great. So I love to see it. Thank you all very much. And thanks to everyone that gifted memberships today and everyone that got them. Awesome, fantastic stuff. Steve Mitzel says, we need to find an alternative to Palmer. That's when we will take a step forward. I think
we already do.
Yeah, we do. You know who it is. Yeah.
Yeah, it's foul.
Yeah. You ain't ready yet, though, you know? Yeah.
Not only that, if once we change to a 5-2-2-1,
yeah,
target forward at the front, 2 cams or 2 deep lying forwards behind him, especially with Barney on the wing, we are going to be freaking deadly. And the coolest thing is with that box midfield in the center, we're going to be able to play direct, and we're also going to be able to play more possession, so a hybrid of both. So I think that's the reason why they brought in Fowl. So yeah.
Two good shots there. He was sitting in the crowd today too. Tuesday we'll likely see how much progress he's made on that project because people didn't think he had the best. It's intimidating coming to Wrexham. He's 20 years old, but 21 years old. So I don't hold him on that. But yeah, he'll play Tuesday. Who are you going to partner him up with on Tuesday? You putting him up with Mulls?
Well, it depends on what formation he's going to be using. And that's another thing with the cups is that when you're playing cups, you're playing with a team, you're playing with the players you're using. You know what I mean? Like some are people that haven't had any time. You know what I mean? So we could be playing any kind of formation. We could be playing the 5-3-2. We could be playing a 4-4-2 diamond. I don't know. I'd have to see the team sheet to kind of make sense of what they're going to go with. So, yeah, because I don't think they're going to try the 5-2-2-1 yet. I think that's further down the line, but they might. Yeah, again, I'd have to see who he plays. But actually, no. Now that I think about it, it might be a because you're going to have Mullen. He needs minutes.
He does. I think it's going to be Mulls and Fall, and I think Rathbone's going to be there too.
Yeah, so it'll probably be a 5-3-2.
And Lexi is all over Ashfield. Like I think every comment has Ashfield in there. She loves some Ashfield. He is good.
He's okay, but let's be honest. He like if you think Fowl's a project for the future, Ashfield is beyond that. He's not even in the same ballpark. As far as I'm concerned, he needs to go out on loan to maybe a I don't know, National League side or maybe a
League Two,
a League Two side.
Yeah, League Two for sure. I mean, I watched him. He's a big kid for his age. He's good. He needs time. He needs minutes. He ain't going to get minutes here. And getting minutes in cup games every 3-4 weeks ain't great. But he needs some minutes, and that's one possibly maybe next year. He'll sit the bench. He'll get the experience. I hope you get to eat your words. There we go. Oh wow, Jesus, Lexi's all over it today. Yep.
No, that's fine. That's fine. No, as I said, like I want to see good things out of him, but as I said, I very much think that he's a potential loanee at this point.
He's not a striker. It's not good, crazy. Yeah, happy to hear that words. Too, yeah, again, WREXtra Time, thanks for coming in. I appreciate it. So let's talk about the results today, too. We'll do a short one today if people are getting back and doing their thing, totally understand. But the results went pretty good today. The big one that we took a look at was the Birmingham City losing today. That's a big one, 1-0. Didn't have any shots on goal. Bolton came back and drew 2-2 with Shrewsbury. Huddersfield won 2-0. Where's that? And then Charlton won today. So I like that result. I do like that result. What do you make of the table? 10 games.
That was Charlton at home, wasn't it?
Yeah, Charlton at home. Yep.
That seems to be a running theme. Seems it doesn't. Even the best teams are losing away. So, yeah. But no. Anyone taking points off Birmingham City is good by me.
I agree. That game, it's a good Mansfield won, Blackpool too, who were flying a little bit. They went down to 10th, went down to 10. They drew the last one. After 10 games, you got to think we have 20 points, 22 points is Birmingham City. Mansfield's right there with us on goal diff. But yes, we played one more game than both of them. But 10 games in, who's feeling good? Oh, by the way, I forgot to ask about that. Go ahead. We'll get to that in a second. Go ahead. How you feeling good?
Sorry, are you talking to me or?
Yeah, you. Sorry, yeah. You feeling good?
No, the teams are looking good. Well, if you mean with Wrexham,
yeah.
I'm going to say something that people aren't going to like.
Let me count it down. 5, 4, 3, 2.
I think
1.
we're going to project. I think we're going to go down a little bit.
Oh.
I had this conversation with Paddy last week.
Okay.
And that we're trying stuff as you saw today, but we don't have a lot of ability to play out from the back, and against good teams like we did last week against Stevenage, we completely fold. And it's not bad against poor teams, but if you've only got one real strategy, it's okay. Let's put it this way: if you've got this trend now, and they're figuring it out after 10 games, and we've only got one bullet in our chamber, we're going to teeter off. I'm not saying that we're going to go really down, but I can see us hovering around the bottom of promotion places. I think we're going to drop a few points. Even if some of them win now, because we're one. Yeah, that's right. We're one game in front. So even a lot of those other people, even if they win one, they're all above. Most of them are above us anyway. So I don't even think that's very contentious to say, to be honest.
So we have the highest goal difference in the league, by the way. Just there you go. But Two Beards saying you're cooked. I want you're cooked.
No, that's fine. Like people can say what they want, but
it's fine. I warned. It was a warning that came up. I counted it down. It's all good.
Yeah.
Really, he doesn't have his camera on, so he can't see if he's actually bullshitting in his face, or it's like so he can say whatever he wants at this point. It is a call-in show, so it's all good. I get it. Evans is out for a while. Yes, it is. But Big Buckeye says he's feeling optimistic and grounded. What do you think? I'm there. I'm optimistic.
Oh no, I'm loving the way we're playing. I don't know if anyone actually predicted us to be doing this well. I think we all sat there and crossed our fingers and said back to back to back. But I don't think anyone who was thinking with their head, not their heart, thought that we were going to be where we are after 10 games.
Never. No.
Yeah, so I'm cheering. It's just, where are we going to go from here? That's all. It's like, is Parky going to work on some of the things that we need to work on? And are we going to outperform the bell curve with other teams trying to do the same thing? We'll see.
We shall see. I agree. Big Buckeye says a playoff team, a less significant fall off, which I don't see coming. And how high is PC? I think it's late for him. One thing I have at Rathbone, so I'm going to talk about the game going back there too. Rathbone came on and did play well. I thought he did too. And Goofy Spot, I believe, was at the match. So I think with Evans going out, who I believe could be a season ender, we'll see how bad it is. Definitely New Year, after the New Year for sure. We need to get him up to speed, and so I'm hoping that's Tuesday. I don't know. Did you get a chance to look at Rath?
Well, he really wasn't on that for that long.
Yeah,
but no, he's obviously he's very talented. I've seen him in other games, but like a lot of the other guys, he's really hungry. But I think he's, what's the word to explain it? He's trying to earn his stripes, but Fowle did the same thing. You know what I mean? And they're just doing a little bit too much. But once they've been in and they've played a few games and they performed well, they'll start to calm down and start playing to their strengths. So,
yeah, I think you're right. And also, it's coming into a big club is not easy. And I say a big club because
1,000%.
Yeah, you have to, absolutely. Absolutely. It's not a stacked league, and PP has got a sexy voice. He does. There you go. Maybe it is Rousey. I don't know. Does anyone know why there's such a
Yeah,
large
that's Rousey, man. Adrian wouldn't be saying that.
No, hell no. Because there is an international break, which sucks. And that's why we had so many rotations on Tuesday. Need to get those combos in on film for the practice. Absolutely. Quick, I don't know if anyone else is gonna. Lexi's saying she's taking crap for being optimistic. So I'm not at all. I'm not giving you anything. I think it's great. So what else is going on? So it's one more thing I want to get to. I totally dropped. I got distracted there. Parkinson. What do you make of him? I know you, like you said, you think there's maybe a fall off there.
There's a potential for a fall off, yeah.
Okay.
Especially against good teams.
Yep. We have Rotherham next. In the league, and that is
they got a win today, didn't they?
Let's see what happened today. Let me see. Rotherham, where the hell are they? If I can find it, I'm just trying to find it here. Did they play? Yeah, they're 2-1. They beat Reading. They beat Kens.
Okay, that's not too crazy.
Mm-hmm. And Rotherham in the league are in 17th place. So they won 2 on the bounce. They beat Peterborough. They have Peterborough. Well, they play Peterborough before they play us. So the team's going to catch up. Remember, we don't have a game next weekend, which is, all good.
Yeah.
Palmer's only 32. He's not that old. No, he's not that old. He's that slow. I'll tell you that much. All right, now PC. Tell us a little about yourself too. You're in, and then we'll move it on, or because I know people are probably doing things other on a Saturday. But you're in Australia, and and you did great work coming in, and love to have you on. So tell us a little about yourself before we keep moving.
Not much to say really. I'm a Wrexham supporter from Australia, Logan, which is like Queensland, which is the East Coast.
Mm-hmm.
That's not much really else to say.
We might have to get the origin story at some point. There we go.
I don't know. I'd have to sell that.
Awesome. All right, well, keep it moving. You're always welcome. I love having you on. You're doing good stuff. You're always welcome, which is great. So, thanks, my man. Anything going out on your end? You want to get out before we move on?
Not particularly, man.
Okay, it was good to have you, and thanks for becoming a member. That's fantastic.
All right, man.
All right, thank you so much. There we go. That's Dave. He's got good takes. I like Dave's takes. It might not be everyone's cup. I get it, and it's not very active today, by the way. So we could possibly shut this down. I'll get ready for Wrexham reaction, which is fine. I'm just waiting for those to come up, but I think he's got great takes. I think the game today, and I'm trying not to do that. This is a call-in show. If no one wants to call in, no big deal. It doesn't always have to be that way. We'll do a quick one then. McLean really was him today. McLean was fantastic today, and I will eat my words. I'm just a girl in the world, absolutely. And my favorite lad completely bossed the game. Today was a formula for success. Rinse and repeat, absolutely. All right, so no one else wants to come in and have a chat. It's great, but always welcome. It is the live call-in show. Totally understand people are doing a thing, so we'll move it on here. I'll probably do a Wrexham reaction a little bit later once that comes out. I try not to get into my takes until we do that for later on. I do want to hear what Parkinson has to say. Really great win today. Really great win. So I guess we'll do that there. So thanks for coming. 4-1 Game Day Live phone-in show. We're going to shut it down, and very welcome. You're welcome, and love all the participants in the channel. Yeah, the participants is absolutely great. Thank you, Lexi. So on that bombshell, we'll see y'all soon.